You know, Beth, I'm really sorry, but it's not my problem that you haven't had sex since Emma was born, and it's all dried up ass twigs in there.
We all love NBC's Good Girls, the crime comedy drama that is as entertaining as it is far-fetched. Yep, the story of three suburban Michigan mothers robbing a grocery store that turns into something much more than they bargained may not exist in real life. But do you know what does exist? The cast of Good Girls. So while we wait for the new season of Good Girls, we can delve into the lives of the actresses and actors who star on the show. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Good Girls and their lifestyles as well as real-life partners in 2021. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as well as hitting that post notification bell so you don't miss anything else from us. Christina Hendricks. Let's start off with the unofficial leader of the Good Girls, Beth Boland, played by the stunning Christina Hendricks. A 6-time Emmy nominee and a recipient of 2 Screen Actor Guild Awards and 2 Critics' Choice Awards, the actress blew up in fame in 2007 for her role as Joan Holloway in the Mad Men drama series. Aside from her acting, Christina Hendricks is known for her fiery red hair and voluptuous figure, so much so that she was voted the sexiest woman in the world from a poll at Esquire magazine, and voted as the best looking woman in America in the same year. Despite being one of the most recognizable and beautiful women in Hollywood, Christina Hendricks' lifestyle is pretty down to earth. In an exclusive interview with Health in 2014, Hendricks shared her DIY approach to life, and when she talks about her own lifestyle and attitude in life aren't as glamorous as you would think. Though, to start off, she doesn't shy away from femininity. In the interview, she says, quote, "I have classic and feminine tastes. I'm definitely drawn to vintage-inspired and ladylike things. I like an accentuated waist, and a strong shoulder works well with my figure." Yet, at the same time, Christina does love to motivate herself into working out. When asked about her workout routine, she replied, quote, "Trying to make myself do it is my routine. We have an elliptical, a weight machine, and pre-weights." I'm like, okay, Christina, it's just an hour. And says her choice of workout is yoga pants and an old t-shirt. Keep it casual. She does try to eat healthy too, by stating in an interview, quote, "As I've gotten older, I realize that metabolism has changed. I finally had to get on board with fewer carbs and starches and sugars. I fought it kicking and screaming. Now she does the cooking and likes to improvise with recipes." Christina Hendricks is also not the type to have a definite plan for the future, saying, quote, "I've never been that type of person who has a plan like, in 5 years, I'm going to do this." And when asked about being at her happiest, she discussed a laid-back morning she had. Quote, "Well, I woke up this morning and I heard good music playing and I smelled delicious food cooking downstairs. When I came down, my husband had his apron on and my dog was chewing on her bone. I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want it to be doing right now. I felt very, very happy." Something else that you may not know about Christina Hendricks is that she isn't a natural redhead. She revealed this in a 2011 interview with Elle, saying, quote, "I'm naturally dark blonde. I couldn't tell you what shade because I haven't seen it in ages." She cites Anne of Green Gables and Ginger from Gilligan's Island for her affinity with red hair. But what's going on in the love life of the Hollywood beauty? Well, unfortunately, not much. In 2019, Hendricks divorced with her husband of 10 years to the surprise of many fans. Though the divorce did seem pretty friendly, as she took to Instagram with her message about it in October 2019, saying, quote, "12 years ago we fell in love and became partners. Today we take our next step together, but on separate paths." The star continued writing, quote, "We will always be grateful for the love we've shared and will always work together to raise our 2 beautiful dogs." Over a year later, she hasn't been spotted dating anybody else, and we don't know how she feels about that. One thing we do know, however, is that now 45 years old just isn't planning to have any children. She's discussed this in multiple interviews and had this conversation long ago with her husband when she was married, which was something they both agreed on. We're glad she knows what she wants. Luckily, she does have a strong relationship, a friendship, with a co-star on Good Girls. In 2009, she raved about her friendship with Retta and Mae Whitman, telling Seth Meyers, quote, "They are 2 of my best friends and amazing actresses. I couldn't be luckier." Great to hear. Mae Whitman. Moving on, talking about Anna Marks, the sister of Beth Boland in Good Girls, played by Mae Whitman. She is also no stranger to the spotlight, having acted in movies since she was 6 and rising to fame in her lead roles in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and The Duff. She also made a name for herself as a singer and comedian, as well as her role voicing Katara on Avatar: The Last Airbender. In a 2015 interview with Now Toronto, Whitman discussed her current perspective, especially after finishing The Duff. Quote, "I go through moments of being really charged for the future and excited and not really thinking about it. And then there's just these waves of sadness about it, she says. I think it's going to be kind of eternally shifting process to say goodbye to it, but overall it's just so positive because I'm glad to have been a part of it all. Something else that you might not know about Mae Whitman is that she suffers from endometriosis, a condition that affects approximately 2 to 10% of American women at childbearing age. Endometriosis is a painful disorder that causes uterine tissue to grow outside the uterus and impacts many celebrities such as actress Whoopi Goldberg and Halsey. In an interview with Glamour magazine, she discussed the impacts that it has on her life. She describes the pain as, quote, being shot with a cannonball in the stomach, and how it affects her career by saying, quote, I literally can't schedule things in advance. Like, it's almost a joke. And even now, I've had surgery and I'm much better, I still can't do it. Thankfully, she says that she has wonderful support from the set of Good Girls. Quote, luckily on the television show I'm on now, Good Girls, we have a lot of the same crew that I worked with on Parenthood, so they've known me for a long time, and the set is just so wonderfully kind and caring. It's inspiring to see her succeed despite this disorder. While Mae Whitman has managed to keep her dating life out of the public eye, there have been some speculation of her possible boyfriends. In 2002, she was rumored to be going out with Haley Joel Osment while they were working together for The Jungle Book 2. From 2008 until now, she's reportedly been going out with Dov Teschenbach, a Canadian actor and musician. However, she has neither confirmed nor denied this. Retta, perhaps the most innocent out of the three, Ruby Hill is best friend to both Beth Boland and Anna Marks, and is played by Retta. Retta's been acting in many roles, but other than Good Girls, she's played the role of Donna Meagle in Parks and Rec, with the iconic catchphrase, treat yourself, launching her into fame. Retta's full of surprises, and she served as the inspiration behind Donna Meagle. She's sensible, smart, and extremely unpredictable, and it turns out that her aunt was the president of Liberia. Despite this, when her family moved from Liberia to the United States, they struggled with money, and she reportedly had to share a bedroom with 2 brothers and a cousin. According to a 2019 interview with The Guardian, Retta is all about to-do lists. Quote, I will kill myself to come up with benign stuff to do so it looks like I've done stuff, like go to the mail. Everything is color-coded, and she's also into folding clothes, which she sometimes takes videos of and uploads to social media. She also is always an overachiever and, according to her, is a, quote, math person. Retta loves handbags and has a collection of them. She talks about them a lot and even mentioned them in an interview with Jimmy Fallon and in an interview with The Guardian. Part of the reason why she enjoys them is because her favorite designers don't usually make clothes in her size and, quote, handbags never don't fit. As for her dating life, Retta has maintained a low profile, and she hasn't revealed whether or not she's married or even dating anybody, although she has called Jim O'Hare, who plays Jerry on Parks and Rec, her on-set husband, although it's viewed more as a strong friendship than anything else. She talks about this in her memoir. Yep, Retta's even written her own memoir, as she talks about her unique experiences. Reno Wilson, husband of Rudy Hill, played by Reno Wilson. Wilson is best known for playing Howard in The Cosby Show, Officer Carl Milligan in Mike and Molly, and his role in the Transformers series. Reno Wilson has a wife named Coco Fasson, who has been his wife for over 22 years. That's right, he's been married to her since June of 1998, and they have stayed faithful together by having 2 children. Manny Montana. Christopher, otherwise known as Rio, is a handsome gang leader with a complicated relationship with Beth, who's played by equally handsome Manny Montana. Montana has won the hearts of most fans of the show in its portrayal of Rio, and other than that, Montana is known for his role as Johnny Turturro in the series Graceland and several other movies and shows. Montana is a Mexican-American and speaks fluent Spanish. He's been married to his wife Adelpha Mar for around 5 years and has stated in an interview that she's his rock and best friend. With her, he's had a baby son, whom he naturally adores. Matthew Lillard. Dean Boland, the ex-husband of Beth Boland, is played by Matthew Lillard. He's known for countless roles, including his infamous role in the Scooby-Doo movies and his earlier role as Stu Matcher in Scream. Lillard is married with kids and has been for some time. His wife is Heather Helm, a realtor, and they've been married since 2000. He has 3 kids with his wife, 18-year-old Addison Grace Lillard, 16-year-old Macy Lynn Lillard, and 12-year-old son Liam Lillard. That about sums up what we know about the fascinating lives of the Good Girl stars in 2021. Did you learn something from this video? What surprised you most about the cast members? Do you have anything that you'd like to add? Well, we'd love to hear from you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, guys, we'll see you next time.